Akan multani everybody. Baganagan Duftani. And I see there are many old friends in the audience here, and I must apologize for not having kept in touch with many of you as I should have done, but it's great to see you here. And a huge thank you, Baya Galatomi, to all the people who've attended, but also to the people who've helped to organize this event. Now, I've become so old that I'm only rolled out to say a few things at these meetings. I have done very little of the heavy lifting for this meeting. I thank the other members of the Oromo Human Rights Group for doing that. The crisis that we're in now is unprecedented, well, at least since the days when the empire was invented over 100 years ago, when the Oromo population was reduced from 10 million to 5 million. And not since then have we seen such persecution and slaughter on the present scale of Oromo people. It's many more than the 7,000 people who've been killed in the Ukraine in that war, and yet we get barely any recognition from outside Ethiopia and absolutely no support from outside, despite the fact that genocide and ethnic cleansing are occurring on a massive scale and millions are displaced. All of our organizations and all of our individuals are deeply concerned about this state of affairs. And I wrote down here, but are we doing enough? In fact, obviously, we're not doing enough because of this current crisis. We're not having enough collaboration. We're not having enough cooperation. We're not having enough coordination of our different activities. And it's all particularly difficult at the present time because of the degree of slaughter that's going on, and because the blame is being laid at our feet instead of the feet of the people who are doing this to us. We're losing the media war where we're not in charge of the narrative of our own plight. But we must emphasize that this conference is not a hand-wringing exercise. We're not sitting here moaning and wallowing in misery. We're here to reevaluate what we're doing, and because we have a commitment to change, to improve the situation. We need to do things differently if we're going to have different results. So we must be considering over this weekend, what do we do different? How do we do it differently? What must we change? What must we change in ourselves and the way we work, both as individuals and as organizations? What do we need from other people? What sort of support can we give? We must change our modus operandi. We cannot continue to keep doing the same things and expecting a different result. As I say, according to the BBC, the number of civilians killed in the Ukraine is now reached over 7,000. That's probably an underestimate, but it's still tiny compared to what is happening to our people in Oromia. And when probably 1 million people have been killed in the war in Tigray, 1/6 of the population of Tigray, compared to 7,000 in the Ukraine. And we get even less attention than the war in Tigray. So this idea for this conference has been talked about within the Oromo Human Rights Group partners and members for upwards of a year. And our conclusion is that the main obstacle really belongs in our camp. It is us. It's the Oromo themselves. who are the biggest problem that we have. We need to change ourselves and what we do, how we do it, if we're going to change history, which we have to do. We're the most powerful, the most resourceful, and the most free-thinking people in probably the whole of Africa. We're more numerous than any other than the Hausa in Nigeria. So this is what this event is all about. It's looking forward. It's positive suggestions and ideas and a commitment to make things better than they are now. Before I go, I must say that let us all listen, really listen to what people say today and tomorrow. Not just shout, but actually actively listen to what other people have to say. Thank you.